Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the basic features of Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is a Microsoft application that is a type of learning management system. First, there are two ways to access Microsoft Teams. The first way is to go to your ClassLink account and find the Office 365 icon. It is a red icon. Then click on Microsoft Teams. You will be asked to type in your ClassLink username with @fcstu.org if you are a student and @fultonschools.org if you are a teacher, and your ClassLink password. Then, if it's your first time, a message will pop up that says download the Teams desktop app and stay better connected. You can either click Get the Windows app or use the web app instead. Click either option. The second way to access Microsoft Teams is to click the Windows app option. So the web app takes you to the Microsoft Teams on your browser, which doesn't allow you to use Microsoft Teams in the best way. The preferred option is to click Get the Windows apps. This will download the app to your desktop bar. Pin this to your desktop bar. This is the easiest way to access the app. Now that we're in the app, we need to know how to navigate the app. Your home page is the Teams page right here. On the left side, there is a bar with different tools set up. The first icon is a bell at the top that says Activity. This shows you the activity that is happening on any team that you have joined. You can think of this as your notifications. The second icon is a message box that says Chat. Here you can create private messages between you and other users of Teams. You can type messages to one another down here. On the far right side is a list of icons. The first one is a video call between you and the other members of the chat. The second is a phone call between the chat members. The third icon allows you to share your screen with the other chat members. Keep going over and you will see how you can add people to an existing chat or create a pop-out chat box. Going back to the left side of our main bar, the third icon shows a group of people that says Teams. This shows what teams you are a part of and have access to. On my Teams page, I have teams for the Mo faculty, my classes, my department, committees, and a demonstration team. We are going to come back and talk more about what is on a team in a few minutes. The fourth icon looks like a backpack to me, and it says Assignments. These will be where your assignments will pop up when they are created. You can also choose a class to search or a team to search for assignments. The fifth icon has a little calendar button, and it says Calendar. This will be where you can find meetings that have been set up or other important events. Go to the right side and click the blue New Meeting tab to add a meeting or date to your calendar. You can enter the title, attendance for the meeting, date, time, channel, and location, and a message about the meeting details. The sixth icon shows a piece of paper and it says Files. This will show you all the recent files and documents that have been uploaded to your Teams. Click the download button to download any of the files onto your computer. The seventh icon shows Create a Team, and it's for teacher use only. If you need to create a team for any reason, click here. You must get a request from Fulton County before creating a team. Enter the name, description, assign the owner, which is you, and a backup owner of the team. You will get an email shortly after on Outlook and will be able to add members and tabs to the team. The eighth icon on my sidebar is Safari Montage, which is an app on your ClassLink page. You will need to type in your username and password to access this page. The three dots at the bottom of the sidebar is where you can search for an app that is linked within Microsoft Teams. Now we are going to go back to the Teams icon which is on the left-hand side of our navigation bar, and I'm going to open up my model team. You can see that the tab opens up to the general page. This is your home page on your team. The team name is on the left side with the icon, and an abbreviated name in red above. I can hover over the icon and click the pencil. This allows me to change the name of the team if I want to. It also allows me to assign a grade level, so primary, secondary, post-secondary for college, or a subject. And I can also select an icon. I do not recommend you changing the name of your team because then it is no longer synced with Infinite Campus. You will be doing double the work in grading if you change the name of your team. When you select this icon here, I would choose a specific one for your team. I recommend doing this or uploading your own picture here. I'm going to choose this one. Once I do that, I click Update, and it saves the changes, and it is changed over here. Once you made your changes, you click the Update, and now we're back at our general page. Now I'm going to click on the 3 dots to the right of the team name. I have several options here. I can manage team, add channel, add member, leave the team, edit team, get linked to team, manage tags, or delete the team. I'm going to click on Manage Team. Here it shows me all the information about the team. I can see the names of the owners and the members, pending requests from any members that want to join my team, the channels in my team, the settings, the analytics, and the apps that are a part of my team. I'm going to go back to the members page. I can add new members when I click the blue button. I can also add a new member if I go back to my tab with the 3 little dots and just click Add Member. You will just type in any person's name there that has a Fulton County email address. Pending request just shows you who might be trying to join your team. It is not popping up right now because I have no pending request. The Channels button shows you what channels are on your team. You can approve or disapprove. I like to think of the channels as the chapters of a book if my team is the book, and I can see that my channels are viewable by all members or just me. Make sure you check or uncheck the blue box depending on what your needs are. So for here, these channels are showing for me. For here, only writing is showing for members, so I would need to check it if I want everyone to see the reading page as well, or the reading channel as well. The next tab is Settings. Feel free to set this up however you would like to. I will recommend that when you click Member Permissions, that you decide on what settings you want your students or members to be able to do. I have restricted my members to only being able to do a few things with their message and not mess up the format of the team. Now we are going to go back to where the general channel is. This is my channel bar or chapters of my team. You will see that when I click through the different channels, the top bar changes. This is what we're going to talk about now. I'm going to go back to my general page. Here, members of the team can chat on this page. This is also where you will see Join a Meeting message pop up when live meetings are happening. You will notice that you have a navigation on the bar at the top with many tabs. At the top is Posts, where the chat messages are held. When you make a chat, you can format it with a subject and then type in a message. You can also add in any attachments, emojis, GIFs, stickers, whatever you would like to your chat. I would do a subject when you are starting a new topic or posting an announcement, so that is easier for everyone to find. You can also stream a meeting down here below. Additionally, you can like a message or add an Office 365 form or other extensions. Going back to the top, I'm going to go to Files. Here I can create new documents or upload existing ones that I have. You can also sync all files in your OneDrive to a team. The next tab is the class notebook. If you use OneNote, this is where it will appear on your team. I will talk about setting up a OneNote page in another video. The Assignments tab shows the assignments that you have created for this team. We are going to click the Create Blue button. I have a few options. I can click Assignment, Quiz, or From Existing. If you want to sync an existing assignment from another team, you would choose From Existing, and you would locate the team here. For this purpose, I'm going to create a new assignment. I'm going to fill out the title. I'll say Model. I'm going to enter instructions. I'll say do this assignment. I can also add resources such as files or links to the instructions. That would be good if you had a handout or a link to another URL page. I can add in how many points the assignment is worth, as well as a rubric. I can assign it to a specific class or team. I can even assign it to specific students if I do not want all students to have the same assignment. I can provide a due date and the time, and I can also click to edit my assignment. You have three options here. You can discard the assignment, save the assignment, and it will pop up under your drafts. You can use that option if you are not ready to send out the assignment to your students yet. Or you can click blue Assign button, and this will assign it for your students, and they'll be able to have that pop up on their tab over here. Now I can click on the Graded tab and see what assignments are ready for me to grade. This is going to be where the grades for each student's assignments appear. I can export the page to Excel. There will be a little icon over here when I have something ready to do that. I can also access grades over here. And now I can see there would be my students' names, there's my assignment names, and my scores would appear here. And there's where I can export this to make a spreadsheet in Excel. You can also see that I have a Flipgrid link at the top of the page. I did this by adding in apps that I wanted my members to have access to. To add an app, I'm going to simply click the plus sign and pick one listed here or search for one that doesn't appear. Some apps that I recommend you having are Flipgrid, Kahoot, Nearpod, a website if you have a class website, or any others that you would have students using often. I'm just going to click one and it will add it to here. And when it finishes loading, you will click Save. A few more things that I want to show you. I'm going to go back to the channel list on the left side. When I click the reading and writing channels, you can see that the top bar changes. Add or remove whatever apps you want to your individual channels. To add more channels, I'm going to go to the three little dots here. I'm going to click Add Channel and type in the name, describe it, and make sure that everybody has access to it. And then it'll pop up on the left side. I can delete channels when I click on the channel name and delete it if I don't need it anymore. Or I can do other things like edit the channel and change it up a little bit. I can also send a link out to others toward the specific channel or do other things like that. Up here, I can leave a team, edit the team, or delete the team. I hope this video tutorial helps you better navigate Microsoft Teams.